This video, we're going to compare Ho Chi Minh to Da Nang. We're going to talk about three topics: the vibe, aka people, the cost of living, and dating females in these two cities. Here we go. First, the atmosphere of Da Nang. Da Nang is a city where a lot of country people in the middle of the country move to. They don't want to be too far away from their home and their family and don't want to go all the way to Ho Chi Minh. Da Nang has a growing tech industry. Obviously, tourism is very big there. A lot of people go there because from there they can go to Hue, they can go to Hoi An, which is huge, a UNESCO heritage site, and Bana Hills, great road trips in the mountains. So Da Nang has a lot to offer as far as that lifestyle. It's a mixture of country people and beach vibe. The people in Da Nang are super, super friendly, on par with, say, Thailand. Now, Ho Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh, the people are not going to be near as friendly as they are in Da Nang. Don't get me wrong, there's friendly people there, but the vibe that people say where everybody's so friendly in Vietnam, absolutely not true in Ho Chi Minh. A lot of people are not that friendly there. You're going to have a lot more scammers in Ho Chi Minh, especially when they see tourists. Taxi scams. There's all kinds of things you have to be careful with in Ho Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh has a vibe of work. Those people work so hard in that city, and it runs through the city. You can feel it. They wake up early, 4:35, and they're on the road driving to work. So that is a lively place. The roads are packed. The traffic is crazy, but the people have this energy of work and accomplish, and they're go-getters in Ho Chi Minh. So that is the vibe you're going to feel in Ho Chi Minh, where in Da Nang, much slower pace of life. The people are much slower. The traffic is way easier in Da Nang. I mean, from the traffic in Da Nang would be like a 2 on the Richter scale, and in Ho Chi Minh on the Richter scale it would be like 8.5. It is totally different with the vibe. Number 2, the cost of living. There are Vietnamese people, the guys who park your bike on the road. They make about $6 to $8 million per month, which is about $250 to $325 a month. So they get by on very, very little. They're also living in extremely small rooms, maybe smelly, a shared bathroom. They don't have air conditioning, some of them. It's a tough life. You're going to be eating noodles every day. You're going to have the worst coffee that you can absolutely buy because it's so cheap. That's not the kind of lifestyle I assume you want. So even if you make $500 a month and you're going to try and survive on $500, it's going to be an uncomfortable life, especially for us Westerners who are used to a better standard of living. So I'm going to suggest that you try and make at least $1,000. On $1,000 in Da Nang, you can be quite comfortable. You can get a nice, very comfortable Airbnb with a kitchenette so you can cook some food sometimes, and you can get those for around $450 to $550. That is going to be not too far from a beach, maybe not right on the beach. Maybe you can get a deal and it's right on the beach. It depends on the season and how busy they are. But in Da Nang, you can absolutely get by with that. Ho Chi Minh, you don't have a chance. First of all, there's no beach. You're not going to be living in a really comfortable place, really nice, without some negatives near Ho Chi Minh for that price. The really nice apartments, which are really modern in Vinhome Central Park, they're going to run you about $1,100 a month to $1,300 a month for a 1 or 2 bedroom Airbnb. Now remember, if you're renting long term, you can almost chop those prices in half, or at least decrease them by 70 or 80%. So just remember that as far as the money goes in Ho Chi Minh, you're going to want to make at least $1,500 to have a comfortable lifestyle. Also be very careful who you rent apartments from, because you're going to be giving them a first, a last, and maybe even a deposit. I usually try and talk them down to just first and deposit, because that way I don't have to worry about getting scammed or losing too much money. But if you're paying somebody $500 a month for an apartment, for a nice apartment, and then you pay another $500 and another $500, you're giving somebody you've never met $1,500. You may never see them again. So make sure you do your research who you're using to get an apartment from. Very valuable information. Who can you trust? Your extra bills, your phone bills, water, sewage, electricity, they're all going to be similar. They're going to run you about 100 US dollars a month, maybe 150 in a bigger place. So that's not going to differ at all. The last thing is eating out. Eating out is going to cost you probably about 70 to 80% less in Da Nang than it is in Ho Chi Minh. Now it depends if you're going to eat Western food or if you can usually eat Vietnamese food, which is really good, most of it for foreigners. It's going to be much, much cheaper than when you go to a foreign restaurant. I will say that Da Nang has a surprising amount of really good Western and European restaurants because people from those countries love the beach vibe. They settle there. They open a restaurant. There's some really good food that you can order on Grab and have it delivered or go to the restaurant. So that is, of course, super true also in Ho Chi Minh, but actually it's easier to get to in Da Nang because of the traffic. Okay, the last topic. Let's say you're single and you want to meet somebody. First thing you have to consider that's going to be a big negative about Da Nang is the English ability. There are way more young, attractive women who speak English in Ho Chi Minh than in Da Nang. Da Nang does have some. I've been to Da Nang 3 different times, and there are some females that speak English, but it is way more limited than when you go to Ho Chi Minh. And the English skills are going to be much better in general in Ho Chi Minh. So if you are more comfortable with that and want to be able to just easily communicate in English, Ho Chi Minh is the city for you. Now, the other dating thing to consider is they are way more traditional and conservative in Da Nang than they are in Ho Chi Minh. Now, the younger generation, depending on how old you are and how old you want to date, the younger generation in Ho Chi Minh is much more open. They're much more open sexually, more open and free to having sex before being married, and they're not the traditional Vietnamese women that want to save their virginity for marriage. That is kind of dying away with the new generation, and I'm going to say those are the females are going to be under 26, 27, 28 years old. Now, of course, if they've been married and divorced, then it's not a big deal to them. But if that's something you want to take into account, which, of course, is important, then I would certainly consider Ho Chi Minh as a big favorite in that area. So you've got English ability, the openness for sex before marriage. For sure, Ho Chi Minh wins both of those. One thing to remember, the most important thing, there's good Vietnamese girls, there's bad Vietnamese girls, and you cannot tell by looking on the outside which one they are. So be careful, take your time before sliding a ring on that finger. Wish you guys good luck in your travels, happy journeys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Please share if you like this, hit a like, put a comment in there. It helps grow my channel, I'd appreciate it. See you guys in the next video. Any questions? See ya.